At his wife's funeral, husband holding his newborn child in both hands. This may be the pain of all single-parent families. Whenever the baby cries, he puts the baby next to the doll that his wife made before she died, as if that was the only way to stop the baby from crying. A few years passed. When his daughter was old enough to go to school, to make up for the loss of his mother's love, the father would see his daughter get on the school bus every time. In the classroom, the daughter thought of her mother, whom she had never met. She even thought her father had killed her. The father overheard such explicit words, but the man didn't blame her. He even learned how to choose underwear for her. But this behavior was soon ridiculed by her classmates. The daughter was ashamed of her father's behavior, and the gap between the two grew deeper and deeper. As time went by, the ignorant daughter grew into a young woman. Her father stood by to help her with her makeup, but the daughter felt uncomfortable with his old-fashioned style. Their conversations became less and less frequent, until the daughter entered college. She asked to live with her boyfriend. The father rushed behind her to discourage her.
What? That's all I've ever considered! The sacrifices that I've made, do you even—
At this point, the daughter's resentment towards her father exploded. She was raining down on him. She rained down on her father the grievances she'd made over the years. She never understood her daughter's hobbies, nor how to make her happy. From the picture frames on the wall, the father had given his daughter all his love. He went to his daughter's room in despair. He picked up the dolls that used to accompany his daughter. He seemed to think of his wife in the middle of nowhere. Tears flowed from his eyes. In order not to upset his daughter, he never talked about his wife. He took all the blame on himself. He waited until late at night.
I forgot my sweater, Dad. I'm not staying. Just let me get it and go.
Shelly, I need to show you something.
Whatever it is, I'm not interested, okay? I'm in a hurry.
Took out a video of his wife when she was alive.
Maybe I waited too long.
Hi, Shelly. We can't wait to meet you. We're getting your room all ready. Oh, honey, you missed a spot over there. 3 more months, Shelly.
Okay, I think it's on. Go ahead.
Hi, Shelly. You're almost here. This is your 0th birthday present. Say hello to Mr. Blue Bear. You're only a week away. I can't wait to meet you. Shelly, we're on our way to the hospital.
Shelly, I just can't. Karen, are you with me? Oh God, Karen! Somebody help us!
Car accident that killed a whole family. By the time I turned on the video again, the wife was in the hospital.
Hi, Shelly. It's me, your mom. I know I said we'd get to meet each other today, but I'm sorry. It's not possible now.
尽管自己很想活着，但想到肚子里的孩子。
The hardest choice we've ever had to make. And your dad and I talked and we chose you, Shelly. We chose you. I really wanted to be your mom. There's nothing I've ever wanted more. But we don't always get what we want. And that's okay. You're going to have your dad, and I know he's gonna love you enough for the both of us.
I'm afraid there's no more to it. We have to take her to the OR.
I just want you to know how much I love you. My sweet girl. My Shelly. You're gonna be so smart and so beautiful. I love you. Take care of your dad, okay? You guys take care of each other. I love you, Shelly.
Forced himself to endure the pain. He took his wife to the operating room and promised that in the future, he promised to protect his daughter with all his heart. After watching the video, he finally understood his father's pain. Finally, father and daughter embraced each other and cried. The gap between them disappeared. I thought I could be by my daughter's side for the rest of my life. On the Philadelphia Turnpike at 4 a.m., there's always a familiar figure. His name is Pete Griffin. He grew up in the streets of Philadelphia, but he always had a dream in his heart to become a heavyweight champion. Whenever he ran through the streets, there was always someone who would greet him, even the beggars on the street.
Yo, PD! Yo, flaming guy!
Pete was a mafioso by trade, but they were flash mobsters.
You owe us $2,000. Don't make me come back. You better pay or we'll funk you up. I said we will funk you up.
He's in love with a girl who works at a pet store because Pete's not very bright. She didn't agree to go out with him.
I was not the smartest guy, but I wasn't gonna give up.
Pete lived in Philadelphia's Little Italy neighborhood. His apartment was small. It took him forever to get in. And for that, he longed for a big house of his own. He trained in a rundown boxing gym. There were no sandbags. He had to mimic the sounds with his mouth. Pete worked his way up from amateur level. In most of his fights, the biggest challenge wasn't the opponent. It's the fence when he enters the ring. His least favorite part was the pre-fight weigh-in. He was often teased because of his weight.
Moo! Oh, ha ha!
Pete always had one thing going for him in boxing. When he was attacked in the stomach, he would fart. That's why the front row of the audience got pink eye. After that, Pete worked out even harder. He and Louis went to see the Mark Rothko exhibit, but when he got to the museum, it was closed. So he started practicing here. After a while, he and Louis became more and more attached. He got down on one knee and asked,
If you're not too busy, what would you think about spending the previous part of your life with me?
I'm afraid that's not possible, Peter.
As he moved up the ranks, Peter began to play against tougher competition. The long hours of training, it allowed Peter to become a force to be reckoned with in the ring. He beat many heavyweights, and this gave him the opportunity to fight the world champion, the great Mrs. Maisel. Back home, he was under a lot of pressure, but to give Louis a better life, he had to do his best. Soon enough, the fight was on. It was a street fight, challenging the world champion. Both men put their best foot forward, starting a fight that's going to hit the ground running.
Body blow, body blow, body blow, uppercut, uppercut.
Until the last fight, Pete scored more points, and he won. He became the pride of Philadelphia, and he was recognized by Louis. A statue was erected in his honor. Pete changed his song to keep himself energized, changed to a song that motivated him. A group of animals suddenly appeared in the forest. They're lining up in an orderly fashion to board the boat, because soon this place will be engulfed by floodwaters. Before boarding the boat, Pete has to make sure there's a proper room assignment.
Crocodiles, you're with the water-crossing wildebeests. Bats, you'll be with bugs, seagulls, McDonald's wrappers, pit bulls, and city babies, and Christian Bale and annoying cameramen.
Hey, Christian, looks like I'm rooming with you.
Oh, good for you!
But there's only one way to go with Pitt's assignments.
Hey!
Yeah?
What the hell is this?
Oh, you didn't really give any specific guidelines about mating.
Did you name it?
What?
Did you name it?
Yeah, he's Paul.
Yeah? Well, it's gonna be a hell of a lot harder for you now because he's going the fuck overboard.
A long time ago, there was a carpenter named Pete, and while he was working, he heard a call from God, and God asked him to build an ark as a place of refuge. While making breakfast, he told his family about it. At this time, his wife wanted to send the children to school first, but there was another mass stoning at school.
Another school stoning. When will we learn? If only those teachers had stones, then they could stone back.
Hello? Stone control?
Shem, stones don't kill people. People kill people. With stones.
To build an ark, you need enough wood. Peter, in order to save money, he tore down his neighbor Blackie's house. After a while, Pete's ark was a success, and the animals in the forest were guided by God. They all boarded the ship. Soon the sky was raining heavily. Day and night, floods engulfed the entire world. Only those on the ark survived. So many species were accepted on the ark that it was difficult to go to the bathroom. So Pete used 2 types of toilets to separate them.
Excuse me, what about green smushies?
Oi, yeah, Wombat here. What if my poop is a perfect cube? It's a real thing you can Google. It's really quite remarkable.
And besides that, a long day at sea. The board game alone wasn't enough for a couple of guys. And there's something about Pete. He likes to lose things when he loses a game. This led to the loss of their only entertainment. At that moment, Chris noticed a giant bird flying not far away.
Giant Bible bird!
Somebody throw away the balled up underwear in my room! Don't look at it! Just throw it away!
And Megan's sacrifice. And Megan's sacrifice led Pete to discover a large tomb.
Pella Israelstein. Now, let's divide it into banks and strips, as one normally does with land.